Hello friends, welcome to this online refresher course that is Concerns on Educational Research and Assessment under ARPIT 2019. I am Dr. Gaurav Rao from Mahatma Jyotiba Phule Rohilkhand University, Bareilly. I extend my greetings to all of you on behalf of National Resource Center for Education, that is NRC for Education, Central University of South Bihar, Gaya. I'm here to discuss with you a very important and interesting tool of data collection, that is Focus Group Discussion Part 3. It is expected that after completing the session, you'll be able to characterize a moderator, do preparations for focus group discussion, develop your own focus group discussion strategy, conduct your focus group discussion, and analyze the focus group discussion. Let us start. In our earlier videos, we discussed about the history, how to design for FGD, when to use it, identify the situation to use it, and the various purposes when focus group discussions can be used. We came to know the different factors that affects the focus group discussion. We came to know the different types and categories of questions, and we also came to know to conduct the focus group discussions, the researcher play a pivotal role, who is called as the moderator in focus group discussion. Let us see who can be the moderator. Before developing your own focus group strategy, you need to know your role in the focus group discussion is termed as moderator. Your role in FGD is to guide the discussion and keep the discussion on track. Although you are the anchor of discussion, but maximum communication must take among the group participants. You have to make efforts for multiple interaction between you and the members and among the members. You are the key to collect the rich and valid insight through the use of the focus group. You need to examine personal characteristics such as age, sex, personality, educational background, and earlier focus group discussion moderators' experience. You need to have an insight to understand the process. Be curious to support the communication and keep the participants interested with your cheerful behavior. Keep calm and be critical listener. That is an important requirement to be a moderator. You must be sensitive about the problem as the participants has ethos integrated in the discussion. You must be familiar with the facilities available. Keep them ready at the discussion time. And you have to keep the discussion time bound too. Sometimes it becomes necessary to probe into the focus group discussion to dig into the specific details of the discussion. To improve your moderating skill, you can take feedback from your mentor, write your own transcripts, record yourself moderating. You can also observe others conducting the focus group discussion. And also you can see the prepared reports. Being a moderator, you are basically a seeker of wisdom, enlightened novice expert, a consultant, challenger, referee, writer, team member, discussion leader, technical expert, and the therapist, as quoted by Krieger 1998. You may have an assistant moderator to handle paperwork and rectify you in your observations while discussions. Let us outline the process of FGD. Carefully design the objective of the discussion. After the observations are framed, the key questions are framed meticulously as per the objectives. After designing the question, develop the agenda of the discussion that describes about what is discussion and all about that. After the agenda is finalized, planned for the discussion session and made that describes how the recordings will be done, how the participants will be identified and selected and identified. Let us talk about the planning of the focus group discussion. Like any other tool of data collection, the focus group planning begins with the defining a problem that might be based on the theory, issues, any problem faced by you, or review of the related literature. The definition of problem is a clear statement that describes the type of information needed and from whom the information needs to be obtained. If the problem is not properly defined, it would lead to mere wastage of time and resources in the later processes. Hence, you all need to define the problem precisely. After the identification and defining the problem, decisions of various other steps are to be planned, such as identifying the resources, developing the timeline, selecting the participants, designing questions, identification of the location, date, time, and settings. After the aforesaid planning is done, the designing of the analysis planned together with the specific report details are to be enumerated precisely. Let us see how you are going to conduct your focus group discussion. Dear teachers, you must understand that conducting a focus group discussion requires experience and training. As has been discussed, the quality data gathered via focus group discussion depends upon the insight and communication skill of the moderator. Gaya and Peshkin in 1992 claimed that a good interviewer is anticipatory, alert to establish rapport, naive, analytic, paradoxical, bilateral, dominant but submissive too, non-reactive, non-directive, and therapeutic, and patiently probing. It is important to have a look over the infrastructure arrangement for the participants before starting the focus group discussion. Very hot or very cold room temperatures, open and well ventilating, closed and suffocating environment directly affects the interaction of the participants. You must take care of the seating arrangement that enables an opportunity of participants for eye contact with the moderator with the other groups. A round comfortable table seat arrangement provides such setup. At the initial level, the moderator must create supportive, fearless environment so that the members can express themselves openly. Non-humorous, strict, rigid and formal discussions must be avoided while conducting the discussions. The different focus groups might have different group dynamics. Even though the moderator must try to introduce the discussions in a similar format, there needs to be a pattern for introducing the group. This pattern includes the following as the welcome of the members, overview of the topic, the ground rules of focus group discussion, and the first question. Begin the discussion with the opening question as discussed earlier. You may ask the participants to introduce themselves by telling a little about their family and academic background. After the introduction, the moderator, that is you, can introduce the topic for discussion. Ask the general form questions first and specific later. In doing so, you should keep the discussions on track and facilitate for active participation of all the members. Make all the participants of the group feel important. Manage the time by leading the transition questions. Keep the track of specific questions related to the objectives. This will help you to collect data for the other aspects as well. You may keep an assistant moderator with you to handle the supportive role as discussed, and an emergency role like the participant become ill or an emergency phone call comes in between, or there is shortage of supporting stationery, or requirement of drinking water while discussing some issues which are very personal and emotional. While closing the discussion, thank the participants for their participation and summarize the main points of the discussion. Let us talk about some of the points that you have to take care prior and after the completion of the FGD for its success. As nowadays good mobile voice recorders are available, you may take use of them. You can make on-the-spot notes, transcribe the recordings immediately after the FGD is completed to describe the gap and to decrease the gap between what was spoken and what was understood. You may arrange the refreshments if it is too long, and if it is short, you can do that after the discussion. Any observation which can't be recorded in audio recording must be noted and appended later with the transcripts. Let us talk about the analysis of focus group discussion data. This is most crucial and important step of FGD when you look for trends and patterns that repeat themselves in the same group at the different groups of FGD. The first step after conducting the FGD is to transcribe the entire FGD into transcripts. This provides you the comprehensive, exhaustive data as discussion transcripts that will help you to analyze the data. Some of the principles that you have to take care while doing the analysis, you have to take into account. Let us see them one by one. The analysis must be systematic. If it is done sequentially, analysis of FGD are fruitful. The data must be analyzed sequentially. The sequence must be analyzed as per the sequence of questions as beginning, introductory, transition, key or ending. The analysis of FGD questions more empirical if they are electronically recorded with supporting observational notes taken by the assistant moderator. Absence of critical part of FGDs will hamper the reconstruction of opinion. An accurate verification of the participants encoded helps to cross-check the critical questions. Next principle can be analysis must be verifiable. Care must be taken of that some comments seen or unheard, so that particular viewpoint of that participant of the group can be confirmed. You must elucidate verifiable fact that will help you to another researcher to arrive at similar conclusion using available documents and raw data. Analysis must be focused with the completion of the FGD. You are bound to have about 10 pages of the data and 50 pages of transcripts after decoding. You must be focused to find out answers to the predetermined objectives only. Analysis must be practical. You must do the analysis in the available situation around you. You have to avoid the delayed analysis because there are some faults that will creep in with the passage of time. Preparation of the transcripts may negatively affect the quality of analysis if you do that later. All those data that are not recorded electronically but are observed manually, such as non-verbal clues, enthusiasm, if not happen with the transcripts, the analysis will be faulty. Dear teachers, let's do a recap for this session. We came to know how we characterize a moderator or the characteristics that you have to become a moderator. We talked about what preparations are required for a focus group discussion. We can now develop our own focus group discussion strategy and conduct it and analyze it by using the various principles. This is all about the focus group discussion as tool for data collection. I hope that you have enjoyed these sessions. Thank you for watching this video. Namaskar.